Today we're going back to basics and doing a challenge that started my Violet runs, the mono animal teams. And with the release of the Teal Mask DLC, we have just enough Pokemon to get us by. I won't lie, there isn't a lot of choices for foxes, but with a couple of extra rules, could we beat this challenge? Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're ready, and if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button, ding on the notification bell. But with that said, let's get gaming. We join a new student, Paldea adventure, who is just a fan of furries, Mr. Tickles, and is even a bigger fan of plush furries. Stop playing with your toys and get a move on! Oh god, I'm late! Needn't fret, as we bump into the principal on our very doorstep, who needs to have a meeting with her. Wait, isn't he my long lost dad? That out of the way, we get shown our possible starters. But there's a problem. None of these are foxes. Though, I do have an idea. I make haste towards the gorgeous house next door, which I must say I'm jealous of. Hi, I'm Nimona. I like battles. I like furries? Get out of my sight, you creep. Oh yeah, I can see the friendships going on here. I pass without a Pokemon for now and start heading my way to school and have my own little adventure. Without including breaking my legs at any point and getting ganged up by devil dogs and getting saved by technology. What are you doing with that brute? That's Arvin. He's real jealous that I get to take his bicycle out for a walk and insists on battling with his squirrel. But I don't even have a Pokemon yet. So I guess you can say this is going to go downhill. After being infected, I think we need to grab our first partner and quickly head into the Poke Center to not only heal our bites, but to grab our first partner in crime through the power of Pokemon Home Fennekin. He's called Autumn, and head up to the gates to the big city of Mizagoza, where Nimona is waiting for our first real battle. Her cat is up first, but all we know, foxes are the best predators, so we take it down with little issue. But her ace up her sleeve is terrastallize and Portme. Ember does good damage, but her Terra Thundershocks hurt, putting us on the brink of death. It's close, but the final Swift takes out her mouse. A nice easy win for the fox. Once we arrive, we have a weird woman offering us phone cases, which is different, safe to say. But it's time to go to school, and we witness two students bully another fox lover. Well, an Eevee lover to be exact. At first, our friend wasn't too impressed, but gives us a Terra Orb as a test of strength, which we won't be using. Team Star were easy to take care of, though they made us late to class. So, already I have a problem with those geezers. What made you late? Team Star punks. Already fighting? Well, that's a lunchtime detention for you. Oh, sir, you twat. Once we find our feet in the academy, I'm finding another fox. What a beauty. We eventually join Assembly for Director Clavel to have a very important announcement. If you guys like Pokemon and other challenges, and if you would like to support the academy, then we have opened up memberships where for 99 pence, you can grab new emojis for comments, the Discord server, and live chat, as well as a VIP lounge where you can also win shinies and get behind the scenes content. This is completely optional, though. It would mean the world to me if you wanted to support us. Now that we're on independent study, and after a phone call to be able to go abroad, which I don't understand since I just started, we're able to head our way to our first destination in level cap order. So this is the Bog-type gym, which should be a breeze for our fox, although the first challenge is olive roll. And well, foxes like to eat, so we ate it. We encounter Katie, who is the leader of Bugs and the baker of the treat of Paldea, but her sweet side won't get in the way. Despite being a 3v1, we press on. She starts with her Nimble, and one Ember puts it on the brink of death. Double Kick does quite a bit, although a second Flame takes it out. Tarantula also goes down in 2, so this leaves her bare, who grows some bug wings and antennas by terrastallizing. An Ember doesn't do as much as before, and we do get low after Furry Swipes. But this activates Blaze, and we somehow manage a critical hit, meaning we're just able to take it out and win the battle. Autumn evolves to Braixen, and not only we get our badge, we get yummy and delicious cakes. You are on a roll out there. With one badge down, we can get our next fox, and Autumn seems pretty excited for that. I actually take up Mr. Jox's offer to go on a field trip, meeting Ms. Briar from Blueberry Academy, and make haste to the lands of Kitakami. But upon planning my quest to find what I'm after, one of the kids throw up. And we're having to battle Carmine, who was relatively straightforward. But there's a problem. I'm gonna overlevel. So to avoid doing that on a Poltergeist, I forfeit the match. Not like I would ever want to do that, but this allows me to explore the island and catch our next Pokemon, Vulpix. However, this is the one I don't want to use, as we already have Autumn for our fire type. So thanks to the community, I traded for an Alolan form named Crystal. And to spice things up slightly, I brought back a new uniform to represent in Paldea. At long last, we arrive at our next destination, to take on the Stony Cliff Titan, and Crystal gets her debut. We slow it down with Icy Wind, so when we fall to Rock Smash, Autumn comes out to almost finish the job. Though he runs away and chomps on some very questionable herbs, meaning his shell there takes it out. And with that, we can finally eat. I don't think I've been able to take a bite. Oh, come on! Annoyed I haven't eaten, nor am I happy about getting wet. We arrive at Artisan to take on Brassius and his grass types. But now we got 2 Pokemon strong against grass types, so this should be a lot easier to deal with. What a weird Sunflora! You do realise there's one literally right next to you. We found 10 Sunflora with ease, and I don't condone this as a challenge, though we move. We also have the upper hand against Brassius being stronger, though I'm still expecting it to be challenging. I send out Crystal first against Petilil, 2 Icy Winds taking it down. Next was Smoliv, and we take a big Razor Leaf, though an Icy Wind and Power Snow knocks it out. So this leaves Sudowoodo, who terrastallizes the grass, but has move coverage which can hurt both my foxes. Crystal falls to Rock Throw, so this leaves Autumn to do the work. Ember hurts even more, but even after a Terra Trailblaze, thanks to the speed reduction we got, we still outspeed and take the Mimicking Tree out, winning us our second badge. The problem I'm having is these 2 are leveling up fast, so we're gonna have to be super careful. With that said, I catch my next Pokemon, and I already know what I'm getting. My favorite Pokemon of them all, Eevee. Question is, what evolution? I made something that could help or be controversial, so let's explain. Eevee is a mixture of all mammals, cats, dogs, foxes, rabbits, etc. So my guess is to put my thoughts in what is closest to what. The obvious being Espeon, Vaporeon, Jolteon, Umbreon, and Sylveon, all being more cats than dogs. Flareon resembles a fox the most, though we have Autumn again, plus the moveset is garbage. So I believe the ones that resemble foxes the most is Leafeon and Glaceon. So I call this one Earth, and we'll be back for Glaceon further down the line. I do a lot of level grinding with Earth to catch up with the other foxes, and somehow lose a 1-star raid. That was embarrassing, but we get it on the level it needs to be to take on our next Titan, Bombardier. And I have a little ace card up my sleeve to be able to beat it. I settle with Baby Doll Eyes as well as Sand Attack to allow Crystal, who is weak to rock moves, tank them and be super effective. On the brink of death, we managed to get the freeze, which was exactly what we needed, and take it out. Though this is the only Titan that we can't heal in between battles, so we fall. Though Arvin and his Knackley were there to the rescue to secure us another victory. Though I doubt my foxes will eat this sandwich. Arvin, it smells like you've compiled lots of rubbish from bins and put them on an out-of-date moldy baguette. I'll give it to the lizard. Next we head over past the hills and opposite the desert to reach our next destination, the first team star boss Giacomo and his dark types. Whereas his guards were rather stupidly easy to take care of, the problem is every star boss drives illegally because they are too young. I sort of had an idea to get around it, though this fight won't be easy. I take on the Poniard with full force and take it down without any trouble, but this leaves his Starmobile. It's a lot stronger specially, so I thought I would reduce its physical defense, but only got 1 tail whip in. Earth comes out and chips away with Covet, but by the time Crystal comes out, we've already lost badly. Instead, I resort to Sunny Day and Oko the Poniard, but I also make full use of the harsh sunlight when it misses Snarl, so when we fall, we already did huge damage, followed by killing his physical attack. This means Crystal can chip, dodge, and kill its speed at the same time. It managed to land 2 metal sounds on us and still continue to miss Snarls, meaning we got extremely lucky. However, if we found this troublesome, I'm worried about how we can get through with our next target. And we're just gonna cut right there because before the gym leader, this was all I filmed. But on the plus side, we got ourselves a Leafeon now from finding a leaf stone in the forest. Sadly though, Autumn is really struggling with lack of strong moves, and Crystal is struggling being uninvolved. So I know the next challenge will be Torture. But at long last, we can take part in Iono's Electric Gym. But there's a problem. She has more subscribers than me, which is embarrassing because she's literally an in-game character. That's made up! Quick! Help the channel grow to 20k and hit that subscribe button. And if you haven't got an account, then make one! Iono is already one of the most challenging fights in the game early on, so I'm not looking forward to this. Watchul is first and I send out Crystal, and thanks to learning Aurora Beam in time, which is a lot stronger, we take down Watchul quite easily. But her Belly Roll is next, and I'm already in a bit of a tight spot, so we fall. With its defense dropped, however, Earth was able to come out and hit a hard critical Razor Leaf, plus eat a Water Gun. Luxio is next and intimidates us. But now knowing Charm, I harshly reduce its attack stat twice before switching to Autumn. And we get paralyzed. And crit. Already, this battle is over. With Earth knocking out Luxio, this leaves a simple 1v1 against Iono's Witch Mismagius. Especially, it's dangerous and is known to troll me, so I need to take it out quick. But even a stabbed Razor Leaf only does a quarter. So once it's down by half, I had that one in the bag! Annoyingly, I returned straight away for a rematch. Crystal's fate is exactly as before, though so was her belly rolls. Luxio this time doesn't crit us, but does paralyze us. It eventually goes down, but her Mismagius can knock us out with one hex, which is exactly what happens. She once again confuses us, and thankfully this time round, fight through it long enough to just take it down. Again, we came in a really tight spot with a win like that. But with another gym badge down, we can now go and hunt for another squad member. Do you seek to become a champion? If you count tickling and playing with furries, then yeah, sure. Ew, what a freak! With my emotions hurt and punched, I know I need to find another fox to join the squad. So I return to the forest, which I didn't see before because I'm stupid, and find a Saruba to snatch. However, it is over leveled, so we can't use it yet. I just went with Plotter because I can think of anything else, okay? Just leave me alone. But now I need to figure out how in the heck am I supposed to beat Mela and her fire crew when I have a fire type fox myself, 2 that can burn, and 1 that is too high leveled. Despite my odds, I still press on and take care of the guard, get absolutely annihilated on the Star Barrage, and get the gulp feeling when the Starmobile shows up. You're pretty stupid to face me with petty foxes, and I'm going to enjoy stomping you. Mela starts with her Torkoal and set up the sun, though I have a fighting chance with Mudshot, and we get absolutely destroyed. Yep, another embarrassing loss. But thankfully, it actually starts to rain, so the Tortoise can't use its ability. This means we swiftly take the Torkoal out, and Autumn was able to solo the entire battle with Mudshot as it continued to miss. I had a really bad matchup, and somehow the god of all Pokemon came to the rescue. Oh no, not Arceus. This guy. But now we have the upper hand as we arrive at our next Titan. Orthworm is afraid of fire types, so guess what? Yeah, our Hogwarts student destroys the Steel Worm. Victory never tasted so good. You do realize I single-handedly destroyed that Titan. Oh no, you overcooked its hands. So unlucky. Oh, I'll get my revenge one day. At least our bike can jump like Mario. Now, wait. What if... Ah, dang it, I don't get money. On the plus side, we make haste to our next stop, Cascaratha, where we have all the stones we want, except for the Ice Stone, which is just typical for us. We arrive at the gym, but not only the leader runs away, but he breaks my game. I was stuck on the screen for 10 minutes. Eventually, we press on through the desert and into Porto Marinada, to this kid not liking my foxes. So it's Surfers versus one cute Leafeon, who people think is a dog, though we press on. I think that's why no one likes us, but upon giving his wallet, he gives us a task. I just need a quick spell and poof, it's gone. And it's now Kofu's, meaning the clock is ticking. This time, I only roll in with Earth and Crystal, feeling very confident in my Grass Fox. The loser is first, and I should have gone with Crystal first with some coverage, though Earth takes it down to half with a Razor Leaf and eats a big pluck, before using Double Edge to guarantee the knockout. Next was Wugtrio, who falls in 1, so this just leaves Crabominable. It terrastallizes to water, and another big Razor Leaf doesn't even do half, but misses the slap. Another Razor Leaf fell short, but the Sandstorm actually finished the crab off, so Kofu got destroyed in the last round. Man, you totally cooked. How could I? I didn't have a Fire Magician to grill your fish. With another badge down, I go on a short adventure to catch our next Pokemon. And yeah, it's another Eevee. At this point, we have already caught every possible fox line. Though, to go with Earth, I had the idea of calling it the ice planet, Uranus. But my Switch says otherwise. Seriously, this is taking the piss now. I take it on my own way, though we will still refer to him as Uranus. Although we also pick up Harry Potter from the box, before heading back towards the mine via Delicipur Passage to pick up this. And I have the choice on who to evolve. But I had the idea and evolve Uranus straight away to Glaceon. A low Vulpix gains the Fairy typing, which will be troublesome. Afterwards, we head towards the next base of Team Star, the Navy Squad. The child was pretty straightforward, and after Plotter evolving to Zoroark, and in the nick of time too, it's time to take Atticus on. And it's always this boss I struggled with, in every single run. Skuntank is first, and I start with Earth, and you turn to, well, Earth. What actually happened was Plotter's illusion, so Autumn can come out and finish it with one mud shot. This avoids the toxic, and well, Reveroom absolutely destroys us, and that's the normal Reveroom. I don't really have a plan either. I try again, this time I know Dig, and instantly regretted it when it goes for toxic, and it knocks out Plotter. This is not a good start. Autumn takes a huge sucker punch before taking it out. I now have a lot of ground to catch. Reveroom is next, and I recall to Earth to eat the Bulldoze, followed by nuking his attack stat. And once again, he destroys our team. I'm not even getting to his Starmobile and I'm having trouble. This happened over and over again, and I was close saying it's not possible and restarting the run. But I'm not one to quit. Mainly because I'm a stubborn little shit. I had this run. Plotter going for critical dig, though we get poisoned and quickly take it out with a Night Slash. We continue to dig, and our disguise finally fades before poison damage takes us down. Autumn, now knowing Psyshock, leaves Muck on 1 HP. Annoying, but oh well. Reveroom finishes it off annoyingly, and one by one, we once again fell down. I can't beat it. I know I can probably change my team and start over, but I'm just going to continue as it is, so no. I can't beat Pokemon Scarlet and Violet with only Fox Pokemon. Comment what you would do differently. With an unfortunate loss, I make my way looking a little more optimistic to Medali, which is the capital of food. And on the plus side, we find another Ice Stone to evolve Crystal to Ninetales. And Autumn evolves to the Magician so powerful, it makes Dumbledore seem like an old soul. But we stand a pretty good chance against Larry and his normal types. Oh, and Atticus too. But I'll be back for you later. We have some pretty good grub at the main restaurant in town and encounter our next treasure. All we need to do is win. Kamala is first against Earth, and I decide to null his attack and accuracy as I knew he would set up Yawn. Without the drop, we would have been in a much worse position. I switch out to Plotter, whose illusion fades and couldn't grab the hit before switching back after another Yawn was in place. And this happened a few times until Earth takes it down. The Dunsparce is next, and once again, I couldn't attack right down before... Oh, this is a familiar story. We go down, but Autumn hits hard with Mystical Fire and fights through the paralysis. Staraptor is left, and we take the intimidation. I just need us to live and fight paralysis, and Facade was too much. Once again, we lose. Great. At this point, I'm starting to lose hope. All our foxes were taking a beating, and I'm really struggling to see a way to beat this. I'm getting bullied, but I try again, and after setting, we get a free switch to Uranus to take on Kamala, and Chip with Chilling Water for damage and lowered attack. The Dunsparce falls, and now it's a 3v1. much better odds. Uranus falls this turn, which is okay, because Earth can come out safely to cut the attack stat dramatically, and finish off with a critical double edge. Finally, we won something. Guess who's back? Oh yeah, I'm going to enjoy this. Even with her involved Lichen Rock, a critical Razor Leaf puts a stop to the Wolf's tracks, as well as a huge double edge on her Goomy. I decide to then switch to Autumn, dodge the Thunder Wave, and hit a huge Side Shock, before finally burning the cat to a crisp. Another painless win, and thanks to that, we impress the top champion and gives us moves. Though it would have been nice if I could actually use them. Now, I was reading suggestions over on Discord, which you can join, and thanks to the group, I catch a Cantonian Vulpix named Kyla, because I thought it was cute and with a Firestone, evolve it to Ninetales, and spent a while looking for Earth Power to give... Well, Discord lied to me. I give Atticus another go, and this time, we're able to actually pack a punch this time around. Zoroark gets a little beating from Skuntank, though it's just enough to take it down. Autumn was able to sweep through his entire team on its own. I know this is sort of breaking the rules, but come on, I did already say I failed this challenge. So, let me have it, please? With us back on track, we proceeded onwards and upwards to the mountains and into Montenevera to tackle the next gym, the Ghosts. As an actual fact, this is the only gym that is in double battle form. But I had an idea. I put my Fire Foxes away for this battle, as I have much better coverage for my other squad members. My two ice types are up first against Mimikyu and Banette. We take a Sucker Punch, though Crystal's foul play hurts. And we also take out Mimikyu's Disguise with Chilling Water, as well as drop its attack stat. Here's the thing, because we hit a super effective move, we get a stat boost from the audience, and we get another one after taking out Banette, so I use this to my advantage. Because of this, Houndstone gets down to half before disappearing for Phantom Force, and Mimikyu falls. Once again, another boost. This leads to Toxtricity, but thanks to our boosts, it didn't stand a chance. And we swept through the Ghost-type gym, which I was pretty surprised at. With that said, another badge is ours. And no, I did not enjoy watching rap music, okay? With that said, we head down south to the next gym, and along the way, take care of the Quaking Earth Titan, Iron Treads. This thing is tough, so I set up Reflect just to boost our defenses before burning it with Mystical Fire. This combination worked really well in the first phase, and even in the second phase with Arven, which to be fair this time around, he was actually pretty useful. And this is how kids get addicted, peeps. Questionable sandwiches. Just before we take on the next gym, I still have a free slot from my last gym I defeated, so I asked if anyone was able to send over Hisuian Zoroark, and at no time at all, I got one named Shadow. Huge shout out to Ray for helping me out with this one. With that done, I quickly train it up to be a par with my other squad members, so when it evolves to Zoroark, we're ready. Guess who's back? Well, there's one thing to do here. There we go, tidied and ready to fight. I won't forget this! After the fight, we're able to take part in Emotional Yoga Wellbeing Club. And well, instead of meditating and expressing how I'm feeling, I just go and punt the kids to the moon. That's relaxing. I believe with that said, we're ready to take on Tulip and her Psychic types. For Ridgerath going first against Plotter, disguised as Uranus, which hopefully diverts towards attacking moves instead of setting Reflect, which hurts. Tulip has no idea what is going on as I demolish God of War, Espothra, and hurt her terrastallized Florges, though she knew what was going on and takes us out. Though Shadow makes his debut and retaliates, giving us another win. It's actually so nice that even though I was struggling at the start, we've come a long way, and this was probably one of the most fun battles I've done because of the illusion ability, just to trick others. There's just one badge left to go, and also one fox left. I think it's safe to say our options for foxes were quite limited, but with the ice gym next, I just couldn't say no to making a picnic to be able to catch Flareon. Wait, where's the table? Well, that's another bug added to the list. For now, I eat some good food before catching Mars the Flareon. Eventually. We arrive at the Glicido skiing point, and I'm finally walking in with confidence the fact I have 3 Fire Foxes, and I get to play a little bit of sports. So what's not to love? Well, Grusha can be an intimidating man, but not for Grusha, who are ready to hunt for prey. Frosmoth is first, and well, we melt it with Flame Charge and knock him out in one. Next is Beartic, but we only take it halfway, and then we fall to Earthquake. Sad face. Uranus goes in the field and nearly take it out with a Hyper Voice. A second one takes it down. So Titan is next, and I try to drop its special attack with Shadow Ball, which we don't, and eventually fall to liquidation. So Autumn is out, and a Mystical Fire still falls short. We finally take it out on the second spell, though we're not doing too well when Altaria comes out. It terrastallizes the ice, and thankfully misses the Hurricane, so we were safe to take it down with 2 Mystical Fires. It wasn't our cleanest win, though a win is a win, and we finally collected all gym badges, though we still have some more work to complete. And first and foremost, it's against Ortega, and he's away with his fairies. But not only that, it's a typing we don't have much coverage for, though our Firefoxes give us some bulk. Though the guards by the gate and his teacher weren't much of a problem. Ortega starts with a Zoom Arrow, and I have Earth around to set up the perfect plan. First to charm the rabbit and push the bounce, switch to Autumn, and get crit and paralyzed. Which is just fantastic. Although this pushes an Aqua Tail. I repeat this, so I set up Swords Dances before beginning my sweep, taking down both of the rabbits and dash them with Leaf Blade. This leaves the Star Car, and honestly, this thing did not have a chance. Leafeon is such a good sweeper with insane physical bulk in addition. Thanks to better move coverage, this run just got easier. I mean, look at that sigh of relief. Even the false Dragon Titan was nowhere near as painful when we started the entire run period. We're finally in a position where I'm starting to feel really good about my team. The Donzo didn't even get the chance, and as for Tatsugiri, despite taking care of Arven's Greedent, we were able to show him exactly what foxes were made of. Good job, little bud, though I know Greedent worked harder. Excuse me, he was dead since the very get-go. My foxes did all the work. A slight argument and some food poisoning later, we took care of all 5 Titans, and this dog, well, can actually play fetch. There's a good boy. But there's still one place we need to go to first, and that's to take care of Team Star. Arius the last boss, and luckily for us, we have some coverage this time around to give us the upper hand. I set up Reflect on the first turn for free, as Ares Toxicroak tries to sucker punch us, before a quad effective Psyshock hurts hard. Next was a Lucario, and hers is special oriented, though I went for Mud Shot, and that was a mistake. So we eat a Dark Pulse. Despite the rain, Mystical Fire takes it out on the next turn. Passimian is next and survives a Psyshock. We tank the Rock Tomb, but if it wasn't for my mistake, we would have survived the second one. Earth is out, and I attempt to set up, but I get crit. So much for my luck there. I have no choice but to hit hard and fast. Annihilate is next, and once again I charm, just holding on after another close combat. A second one takes us out. No, it falls under my trap card, because now Kyla can come out and set up Nasty Plops before beginning to sweep. Extra Sensory knocking it out thanks to lower defense, so that leaves the Starmobile. Another Extra Sensory does huge damage. This allows Shadow to sneak in as Crystal and finish it off with Psychic. A few mistakes, though we absolutely annihilate. Get it? The entirety of Team Star went into hiding, so that leaves one mystery. I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you meddling foxes. No, doesn't ring the same bell. Let's just cut there. We'll deal with them later, but for now, it's time for our champion rank. So I carefully set out my team for the rest of the run, and go head to head with the Queen of Ground types, Rika. Whiscash is first against our Earth, and I destroy it with a critical Leaf Blade to give us an early lead. However, next was Camerupt, so I switch out to Kyla to activate Flash Fire, and hit a critical Dark Pulse. It goes for Yawn, but I stay in. Kyla can go down here, which I feel bad for, needs must, especially when we gain our lead after a Chilling Water from Uranus. Donphan is next, and one huge Ice Beam falls short. thanks to its sturdy as a stone edge hurts hard. Regardless, we take down the elephant, as well as the mole trio. This leaves her ace Clodsire, it eats an ice beam, and we get poisoned. However, it doesn't protect, so we claim the first win. Up next was Poppy and her Steelies, and this one should be a breeze. Cobaraja is up first, and Autumn hits hard as it sets up Stealth Rock, though a second spell takes it down. Next was Bronzong, and I go for Reflect to take a big Earthquake. We take big hits off her Corviknight too, but they both fall. Magnezone holds on to Sturdy, and one weakened Discharge finally finishes off our magical wizard, though Kyler guarantees a knockout with Dark Pulse, leaving a terrastallized Tinkaton in the field. I fire one huge fireball at the opponent, putting it to half, and tank a huge Stone Edge. Luckily for us, we connect another Fire Blast, giving us another win. Larry returns with a team of flying types, so it's safe to say I have the upper hand this time around, with two incredibly strong ice types. Uranus is up first, and a quad effective Ice Beam is a one-hit KO. Staraptor intimidates and lands a huge close combat on us, which was scary, safe to say, though we hang on and take it out. Altaria is next, and it knows Flamethrower, so we finally fall, though Crystal is next for another quad effective Ice Beam. From there, the whole team was basically history. This leaves Hassel and his Dragon types, another team I actually have the advantage over. I was expecting a Super Fang from Noivern, so I decide to send out Uranus to hit extremely hard, though I get unsped, frustratingly. It also just survives an Ice Beam from Crystal, and a quad effective Iron Head kills us. Both my hard hitters are down and out. Autumn finishes it off thanks to hitting hard sidekicks, but not without taking a huge Hydro Pump. Flabble is next and is physical, so I set up Reflect for free as it misses a Dragon Rush. And we take the next one. We're barely holding on at this point, as he sends out Baxcalibur. This thing won't hurt as hard with our Reflect as a sidekick. Really? That was it? We go down. Shadow is next, and Bitter Malice does much more but also reduces its attack stat. Thanks to this, we survive and take the dragon down. That didn't go as well as I wanted to, but with the Elite Four down, we're off to face the champ. Geeta may be strong. Wait, that's scripted? No, she may be a champion stuck on the roof, though foxes love to prowl and they're looking for a crown and berries to take. Esparthro is first and we send out Shadow, thankfully outspeed this time and take it down with one Bitter Malice, though King Gambit is next. I think she's onto my plan. I attempt to chip and lower its attack, but wow, it hits hard, and down goes Shadow. I get a free switch thankfully to Kyla, and a Fire Blast returns to sender. Her Abalug follows, and thanks to coverage, Dark Pulse flinches and takes down Veluza in 2. Go-Go was the only one to survive a huge blast, though we guarantee a knockout with extra sensory. That sweep leaves Glimora, and Earth Power does a lot of damage, so we switch to Earth to eat a Rock Terror Blast, and just fall short, so we fall. Kyla is back out to deliver the final blow, giving us the win we really needed. We really struggled this whole run, and now we're crowned champion. Feels good, doesn't it? Well, no. Our services are required elsewhere, starting with actually going back to school to uncover the mystery behind who is Cassiopeia. I came to find out it's my hunting senses that Clive, well, isn't Cassiopeia, or Clive, but my lost dad, and he's pushing for a battle. I send out an illusion first to get a poison, but we failed that one, and yawns. I switch to Earth and hit harder, but makes us drowsy again, so I switch once more to Crystal to take it out. Houndoom is next, so I make the move to switch to Kyla, but I'll be honest, I don't have good coverage. Even with Flash Fire, the only thing I can think of doing is switching back and forward to waste the Fire Blasts. He runs out of PP, so we can hit chip damage with Uranus's Chilling Water, though he outspeeds, which is not what I want. Both my Ice Foxes are pretty much out of commission. Earth just falls short from an Egg Scissor, so she also falls. I'm in a really bad spot now. Poltergeist is next, and I was expecting Sucker Punch, though when I switch to Shadow, it reduces its defense for attack and speed buffs. I set up a nasty plot and hoping it's enough. He fails to connect thanks to the illusion and takes a huge bit of malice. From there, a Bomb the Snow falls to a Sludge Bomb, and we knock out a Moongus with a Sidekick. All that's left is Quackquavel, and its attack stat is dangerous, but I can outspeed and cut its attack down. But it falls short. This ruins my chances of winning now, and the rest of my team have no chance, and this gives us another loss. I said this way too soon. However, on the next attempt, Earth hits hard, and Oranguru is being f***ing annoying. Stop yawning me. Once he's down, a Bomb the Snow takes out Earth, ruining our chances once again. Though I have to press on. I max out my special attack as it goes for Blizzard, whilst I wait for the Aurora Veil to fade before I begin my sweep. And hard, we just survive against Houndoom, take care of Poltergeist in one as well as a Moongus, so it's just the duck. And this time,
oh no!
This time, however, it doesn't go for Aqua Step, so Autumn outspeeds and gives us a clutch of a win. But we have to wait until Nightfall to discover the truth about the Team Star boss. So, let's see how Arvin is doing. It just so happens he wants to hunt him down, which foxes are good for, though we still need to practice to see if we're ready. And trust me, after everything we've been through, I most certainly am. Earth goes against Greedent, and I make the decision to charm it completely, before switching out freely to Shadow and set up nasty plots, before going all out on his squad. I'm not going to lie, I think after the run I've had, I wanted to be able to finally sweep and hit hard. So one by one, they all fall, and we got a nice and easy win at long last. Now that night has fallen, and yes, I already know I don't have to wait, so don't worry, I find Cassiopeia, or should I rather say Penny, who has a similar team to ours, just all evolutions. Umbreon is first against Crystal, a couple of Dazzling Gleams taking it out. Flareon is next, and I know it's going to take us out, so I hit a hard foul play before falling to a Flare Blitz. Shadow comes to finish the job with a simple Sidekick. Vaporeon is next, and I make the switch to Earth and eat a huge Hydro Pump, then set up Swords Dance as it tries to reduce my attack. Aurora Beam puts us on a bad spot, though we stay in the fight and take it out. But her Leafeon outspeeds and takes us down, annoyingly. Tyler is up next, and a simple Fire Blast is a one-hit KO. We battle well against her Jolteon when... well, that's all she wrote. No surprise, we fall. And also, not to my surprise, Jolteon connects 4 Thunders in a row. All I can do is hit hard against her Terrastallized Sylveon, and we failed to do just that. But Autumn was able to come out and finish it off. Again, not a clean win as I'd like, but that's Team Star defeating. This challenge has been a huge roller coaster with its high and lows, and it's an emotional ride, especially with the Team Star storyline, but we're nearly there. All that's left is the one and only Nemona, who is going all out against us this time around. As always, Lycanroc is first, and Earth sets up a Swords Dance just to be safe. Lycanroc falls to a Leaf Blade after setting up Stealth Rock, and Goodra is next. X-Sizzle takes it down the half, but we get crit with an Ice Beam. But I retaliate that Ice Beam straight back to... seriously? We tank a huge Sludge Bomb and take it out on the next turn. But thanks to Orthworm missing Iron Tail twice, it sorts out the playing field there. Though we do eventually go down. Autumn comes out, gets the worm back under 6 feet, and set up against the Dunsparce. We do eventually go down the Hyper Drill, though Shadow is able to finish it off swiftly. Polmop comes out and fails close combat, so we get a free turn to take it down. This just leaves the Grass Cat, and I am not taking any chances, especially Terrastallized. So when it outspeeds with a Thunder Punch, I hit a hard super effective Sludge Bomb, and it takes it to Overgrown range. Not good. Uranus has the best defensive stats, so I use him to eat a Flower Trick and still fall. Kyler remains, gets outspeed, and... we just survive on 2 HP and connect a Fire Blast. We were so lucky and only just managed to win the battle. That makes us the strongest trainer in the Uva Academy, and I recruit Nemona and Penny on one final mission. to help Arvin amend loose ends of the string and get Miraidon back home. We head down towards Area 0 and work our way into the descent to find the hidden lab and finally take on the anomaly. This is the final battle of the run, so last guesses if you think we can beat this. I won't lie, I'm nervous. I've got Earth first against Iron Moth. Seems stupid, though we thankfully outspeed and dig underground to then knock it out in one on the next turn. Though unexpectedly, Iron Juggerless is out on the field, so I switch to Crystal to eat an Air Slash. However, Ice Beam falls short and we don't get the freeze, so Flash Cannon knocks us out. But Earth can safely come back out and take it down with X-Scissor. But next was Iron Bundle, and I decided to risk it and hit a huge Leaf Blade, though it doesn't knock it out. So to play it safe, I switched to Autumn to...
What?
Oh, you're stupid. It even does it again, so we get the free knockout. Next was Iron Thorns, and I thought I'd be able to knock it out with a simple Mud Shot, though we fall short and fall to a Stone Edge. But I send out Shadow to finish off the dinosaur. We also get a free turn to set up nasty plots as it fails Fake Out, before hitting a hard Psychic, followed by bringing down his final Pokemon to a critical hit Psychic. And that, ladies and gentlemen, we completed the entire run. I would have done things differently in the early game from Atticus beforehand, so whereas we didn't fully win, we did eventually become the King of Foxes. I thank you all very much for watching. Let me know what is your favourite Fox Pokemon. Check out my other videos if you enjoyed this one, it will mean the world to me. And with that said, I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye!